Well, hello there. It is good to see you. You have reached another episode of Common Freakin' Sense Network, or as we call it, the CFCN. It's good that you're there. I am so glad that you stopped by. And we're sorry that we missed a week, but I totally want to tell you it's not my fault. I'm blaming it all on our producer, Kay. Say hello, Kay.
Hey, y'all guys. I also want to say it was not inevitably my fault. I had my mother say yes to something, and so we were bound together by it, by a precious little package coming in expected but unexpectedly on Thursday.
Right.
And we had them for the weekend, so we couldn't actually slip away to record
Well, what is
an
this
episode.
little dingbot that you are referring to?
Well, it's a little Natalie. A little.
It's not a thing.
Yes.
It's an it.
It's a she. Excuse you. Your one granddaughter's like, oh, it's so cute. It's a she, Lily.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. It's a she, Lily.
Right.
She's so cute. Yes,
Right.
it's a she, Lily.
So in the Hambrock household, there is now 11 bird dogs. There is 11.
Yes.
11 of these little guys running around, guys and girls.
Well, some of them ain't so little anymore, which
Well,
is
that's
really
true.
sad.
That's true. Anyway, but another grandchild has been born in the Hambrock household, and we are forever grateful.
And exhausted.
God is blessed, kept baby and mama safe,
Yes.
and for that we are incredibly thankful. So anyway, just letting you know that. So here we are in central Wisconsin. The snow is all gone from the ground. I hope wherever you are, wherever you're hearing this, that there is no snow where you are.
Yes, and spring came in on a Tuesday and left that Thursday.
I think it was gone by Thursday, wasn't it?
And then summer started up. Oh, no, sorry. Winter started up again
Winter
on
came
Friday.
back, you know.
And then summer has started again, and I believe it was the next
do believe,
Monday.
I do believe. So that's the way that things go here. Spring has a tendency to be really short. When summer comes in, it has a tendency to say, "Hi, I'm here."
In a passing wave, in like a parade style.
And then fall, for some strange reason, fall really hangs on real long. And then
we usually get early falls.
yeah,
that's why.
and then there is no fall goes out and winter comes in. Winter does the same thing that summer does, and it
It's
just
just
says,
here.
"Hi, I'm here." Well, wait a minute. Hi, I'm here.
It's cold outside.
Wait a minute. It's got a harsher voice. Hi, I'm here. Y'all miss me? And the answer is no.
And the kids go, "Oh, Uncle Winter, you got back from wherever you were."
Hey, get away from me, little kid. I am not your uncle. And I am not here to do you any favors. You understand me?
Here, have some more snow.
Yeah. Have some more snow. Watch that kid over there with the glasses. I'm going to hit him with an ice ball. You know, it's just... anyway, so it's the way our brains work around here.
Our brains?
Yes, our brains.
Oh, I thought you were talking about those seasons still. Oh, no, you're talking...
Yeah, no, that's the way we think about it. So anyway, but we want to say thank you. We want to say we are so glad that you have stopped by the show. So as we get started, because I will forget somewhere down the line to do this, please be sure to subscribe, and we would like it. We would be forever grateful if you would end up hitting that bell and click the like button.
Yeah, if you like what you hear or see,
And
please do.
Please share the show. One of the reasons for being we're really behind in recording today, and one of the reasons for being behind is because can I do the spoiler? Is it cool?
We could say there's a news flash coming up. It was hopefully going to be this episode, but it's not, and so it's going to be next episode.
Yeah, technicalities got in the way.
Technical difficulties,
technology,
technicalities.
Well, and technology, technicalities, and technical difficulties, they all got in the way. We were hoping to record today with
a special someone.
Chris, Staff Sergeant Chris, was going to be with us today.
Oh, darn, I was going to make another joke. It's a special someone.
Yeah.
Right,
and so anyway, we weren't able to do that. We were on for several hours it wasn't happening.
It wasn't happy either.
Yeah, but we got it all worked out, and if all things work well, and if all things being equal, next Saturday we'll do our recording with that, and that posts on Mondays. So I guess I should say next Monday, a week from. A
week from
you got
Monday.
The date? Can you? What would that date be? This Monday is going to be the 5th. So
no, 6th.
6th. Okay.
So not the 6th,
so,
but the
13th.
13th. Which also reminds me that we have to pre-record and re-upload another one for the 20th.
Right. So we'll see if we can do 2 shows back to back, and then
Yeah.
we'll have the second one in a can ready to go, which
Schedule
means that
it.
the second one's not going to be as culturally relevant with the things that are going on, like students hanging out of windows from colleges and putting up flags that belong to other entities instead of our American flag, and all kinds of nonsense like that. We won't be up to date. We'll be a little behind on the 20th.
But it'll
Yes,
still be
on the
funny.
20th. But we will have funny things, and we hope that you're enjoying our commercials that we're writing. And
We are.
yeah, we laugh at them, and so hopefully you'll laugh at them too. So anyway, we would love for it if you would comment on some of those commercials. But we have a new one today.
Yeah.
You're yawning. That's not a good. I'm hiccuping. You're yawning. It's not a good sign.
We're struggling over here. Please pray
we
for
are.
us.
We are. I can't get my breath.
You sound like me.
Yeah, I know. And well, you had to get it from somewhere. And
Obviously not you. You still have yours.
I still have mine. Yeah. So anyway, new commercial today. What is the new commercial about?
It's the smart toilet.
Oh, the smart toilet. Yes, yes. You'll definitely have to get you one of those. And also, we'll be doing a public service announcement coming from the inconspicuous president of the imaginable states. And so he's got something he wants to say to you today. So those are the things that we have in line, and we want to be able to share them with you. Plus, we're going to be talking a little bit today about that father thing. You know that father thing where his daughters get married, and there's that thing. He walks them down an aisle and has to literally take her hand off of his arm and put it into another man's hand.
Are you sure you're not controlling it and you're keeping it there until you can willingly give it away?
Well, yes. No.
Oh, so there's
yes,
not super glue or
very
duct
yes,
tape in your back
very
pocket.
yes. Anyway, so something that we'll be experiencing here in the Hambrock household, and we're going to talk about that long walk down that long aisle.
She doesn't watch these, so I don't have to worry about what
Yes, we don't
I
have to worry
say.
about what we say, because that's one
It's
of
not
my-
going to get back to her.
Nah, it won't.
It's
not
fine.
unless one of you notify her something. Hey, do you know what your dad said on a national podcast? Yes, I do. Anyway, so you can tell her about that, but we didn't give away her name, right? We didn't say.
Oh yeah, he don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So
They don't know.
They don't know. So we'll leave that empty like that. We're going to talk about that today, and maybe from what we share, hopefully, I've got lots of experience with doing it for other people,
and with your 3 sons.
and
know.
with other nieces and nephews. But this will be.
Nephew?
No, I wasn't
like-
involved in any of my nephews.
I didn't think about the nephew. Okay, yeah, but
Well,
the
Colton and Michael,
niece.
and yeah, no,
I-
I didn't do theirs,
Ah.
but I have a lot of experience in it, but I don't have any personal experience in what it
Yet.
is to give my daughter away. So, but we'll be sharing about that, and maybe if you have a comment, maybe you've got something that you would like to share with a lot of people because you have personal experience.
Or
What would we need them to do, Kay?
well, I have no idea what you were referencing. I was going to give another challenge out to them. If writing a comment below, if you have a personal experience in giving a daughter away or having a personal experience in the wedding, here's my challenge. Give me your best, weirdest, or craziest wedding story. Let's keep it funny and lighthearted, not drama.
We're talking about the heartfelt, ripping your heart out of your chest, throwing it on the floor, stomping on it, and you want
and
funny,
setting it on fire.
funny wedding stories?
He is.
I got some funny.
I've
got some funny wedding stories.
If you don't have a heartfelt, sincere, sweet story, give me a funny one. Honestly,
all
both
right.
sides of the story. Why not?
So that's a little bit of what the show is going to be, and then by the end of the hour, we're going to wrap it up. Kay's got something for us. What are you going to show us today?
Things I saw on the internet.
All
Today
right.
we have a bit of Skeletor's reminders. Things to make you go, oh crap, wait, what?
All right. Hopefully we don't make people think too hard today. So thank you for being with us. Again, smack the bell,
Hit the
write,
subscribe
like, and leave a comment.
Share.
And we'll be back right after these announcements.
This is a public service announcement from the inconspicuous president of the imaginable states. And now, from the rectangular office at the Grey House, the inconspicuous president. The president says, "It has come to my attention that there is an unfair law being perpetrated on the citizens of the great imaginable state of Delaware. The people of Delaware should have the freedom to sell an unlimited amount of cat hair and dog hair, increase their business profits, and add volume to this great industry." Since Congress has failed to act, I, by executive order, will set the pet hair free.
Home.
I can't say that. I won't say that. I, the president says, am calling it the Dander Emancipation Proclamation, and to the imaginable state of Delaware, I'm looking out for you. Are you finished yet?
You're fired.
Whatever. You won't remember by tomorrow anyway. Shut up.
All right. There we go.
All right.
So,
I want to let everyone know that the state of Delaware from the imaginable state has been set free from the unfair law of you can't sell any kind of pet hair whatsoever from strays or your own pet hair. You will have a huge fine and 15 possible years of not being able to own any pets.
Yeah, by the way, we took that actually off of a real law.
That is
didn't we?
That is the real law.
Yeah.
You will no jail time, but you will not be able to legally own an animal for about 15 years if you are found guilty, and there'll be up to so many $1,000 fine if you are found to be selling pet hair, whether it's from your own pets, somebody else's pets, or something you picked up off of the ground somewhere outside. You cannot. It is illegal. And that is a very strange law from Delaware.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes.
But the imaginable states are no longer having to suffer underneath that law.
That's right. It has been abolished, I
And
believe.
the wonderful Dander Emancipation Proclamation from from the inconspicuous president.
I am the inconspicuous president.
Well,
No,
it's
I'm
you?
sorry. That wasn't me.
What?
That wasn't me. No.
it's
From the inconspicuous president.
It's the inconspicuous floating hand of the inconspicuous president.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll leave that alone. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Alrighty.
That's
So what do
we have that. That's why we do this for radio and for visual podcasting, because every once in a
Yes.
while we'll end up writing a visual joke.
gag, yes.
Yeah.
So
hope you enjoyed that.
The father of the bride has something to say.
Well, let me start by by doing this, I wanna share with you a video for those of
Okay.
you who are on, and
Alrighty.
I'm cracking up laughing because
good.
as dads, let's start with the dad bod first. Okay.
The dad. Oh, I have lots to talk about for the dad.
No, you don't
bod.
get to comment on that.
What are you talking about?
I just said it. You don't get to comment on that.
I get to comment on what I want. This is part of my podcast now.
That is true.
You dragged me in on this.
That is true. That is
You
true.
get my opinion.
Okay. All right. Anyway, talk a little bit about the dad bod first because, as we go through life and there's child 1, child 2.
Child 4.
Well,
actually, it's child
no,
1,
wait,
child 3,
child 4, and child 5.
Yeah, there you
in
go.
in my case there. I did this thing with each one of my wife's pregnancies. I would gain 20, 30 pounds and lose 10. And gain 20, 30 pounds and lose 20, and gain 20, 30 pounds and lose 5, I think, on the third one. Something like that, It's I just, yeah, but it still had the.
I guess it was more.
Right. That's what I kept doing.
Okay.
So, I will say this though, I am down. I am actually under the weight of where I was when our first child was born. And so, we'll just leave it at that. But there's this thing, and dads know it. That is, we love our wives. A lot of our wives are just awesome cooks, and they add to our girlish figure that we have. And that was part of the thing, and that. With the first pregnancy, your mom craved Whoppers.
Oh, I thought that was with the twin. No, it was with Chris.
That was with
not
Chris.
the
Yeah,
twins.
it just loved Whoppers.
What did she crave with the twins?
That's a good question.
Because she craved glazed donuts and orange juice with Emily, my sister.
Yeah. But Whoppers, and then she couldn't eat the whole Whopper, so I would get me a Whopper Junior, bring her back as before I would go into work. So I work third shift, so run down, get her one, bring it back, and then I would get ready and I would leave for work, and so I would wolf down my Whopper Junior, and back then I had the onion rings with it, and would get me a coffee. Getting ready because I'm heading into work. I need coffee, and she would get her a full Whopper. We would go in, and I guess I wouldn't wolf it down. I would eat the onion rings before we get home. I needed something, okay. And we would sit down for a minute, eat that. She's getting ready to go to bed, and then she would look at me and she would go, "Oh, I can't finish this," and so then I would finish her Whopper along with my Whopper Junior. Sometimes it was a Whopper Junior, and so I'm eating these 2 sandwiches, and then I'm heading off to work.
Oh no. Mom's frying chicken.
She's
I can
cooking.
Smell it
Yeah, I know. And in the other room, I told
good.
you. I love that woman. Oh,
I love her too. She gave me life. Something to
and
live for.
so you got the dad bod, and as we're working through the years with the dad bod, there are things that we used to do years ago, and suits and things like that. Especially like I own one tux. And it's for special things. And sometimes you go a long time without doing anything special, needing the tux. And then all of a sudden comes the special thing, and all of a sudden you got to pull it out, and you didn't realize what the last 5-6 years had done to you with this dad bod, right? So anyway, there's a guy I've been really enjoying on Facebook. His name is Nick Freitas. He is a former Green Beret, but he's currently serving in the House, in the House of Reps for the state of Virginia.
Oh,
And
nice.
so,
Nice.
as being a Green Beret, he's going through this thing about giving his daughter away in about a month. And so he's been telling about it on that. So shout out to Nick Freitas. If you don't know anything about him, go check him out. He's
funny,
full of sarcasm. I love the guy, and hopefully he notices us and gives us a shout back. That would be a cool thing.
That would be really cool. If
That'd
not,
be super
I
cool.
definitely got to say congratulations on the wedding. Although it is probably really sad for you, it is wonderful for your daughter. So.
And so he's going through the dad bod thing because his daughter has requested for him to wear his dress blues.
Sharp.
As he is going to be giving her away. So that's where we kind of want to pick this up. So, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Nick Freitas having a dad bod problem, getting into his dress blues.
I'm preparing to walk my daughter down the aisle here in a little over a month, and she wanted me to wear my old dress blues. So we're going to do our first trial, see how these bad boys still fit. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a button. Okay. All right. Here we go. Whew. All right. Moment of truth here with the buttons. That one fit. That's right. For all of you haters that said this wouldn't be possible. Oh my God. Well, for those of you who said it couldn't be done, who's laughing now?
I love it.
That's funny.
I love it. 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 And I hope you heard that button or that pin that came flying off, landing it. He said button. I don't know if it was a button or not, but
hopefully it's not a button.
yeah, I popped the button.
Oh, my word. That was funny.
To be honest with you, that's not bad, really, for the years that he hadn't worn it, and that's all that it was.
No,
and it was
it's
still
not.
that tight. I mean, they wear them fairly snug anyway.
Yeah.
A few pounds. But can you imagine if he's
basically
got
wearing a very official formal corset.
Yeah, he's got to. I gotta think that he's going to do a crash diet before that wedding, because if not, do you know how uncomfortable he is going to be trying to walk down the aisle with that? Oh,
anyway.
Did you see his face turn red trying to get that on? I'm like, some of it may have been acting, a little struggling. You can't make that red face up. I mean,
no.
There was some blood pressure going to his head.
Wait, sorry.
Exactly. So, Nick,
right.
I want to say thank you for sharing that very uncomfortable moment with the rest of us. And God bless you, man. I'm getting ready to experience the same thing about walking
almost 90 days.
My daughter down the aisle. Is it really?
It's almost 90 days. It's under 100.
So he said 30 days for him, I
month.
think, didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah. So, a
nice summer wedding.
I put a shout out there to you, Nick. When you get done, I would love to have a 20, 30-minute conversation with you about
how hard was it?
How hard?
Did you cry? Did you get your tear ducts surgically removed so you wouldn't cry?
Does a Green Beret cry when he gives his daughter away? That's what I want to know.
Hey, have a heart.
I know for me, for all the meanings. So that's what I want to do for just a second.
Yeah.
Is I want to cut to the chase of what is this? What does that really mean to do? So a wedding is full of meaning. There is a lot of
nuances
and tangible meanings that go along with it that
have a purpose.
They do. Things aren't really said, but they're acted out, and those things have very, very deep meaning. First off, having the father walk the bride down the aisle. I mean, there's way many other things that happen. The bride wearing white. The veil, these particular things. Funny story, one time went to a wedding where a guy.
It happens more often than you think.
Oh, really? Do you know what I'm getting ready to say?
The puts it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was her first wedding. He had lost his first wife, so this is an older couple.
Yeah.
And so the pastor says, "You may kiss the bride." He lifts up the veil over her face, kisses her, and then puts it back. So, and she just. Oh man, she was so embarrassed, but handled it so well. She just lifted it back up and put it back like that, and they went. I mean, I don't even think he knew he did it. She did it so gracefully and so forth.
Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome.
And what the veil, you don't have to have a veil, but what the veil means to have it, and for the groom to lift it up and kiss it, that's its own thing.
Yeah, that has its own meaning, and what that is based in is the symbolism of hiding. Lots of countries still do that.
Yeah.
Over in the Middle East, they don't show their face because that is the moment of revealing and holding back something precious that is given to him. And so a father walking the daughter up the aisle is showing that the person who brought her into the world, everything reverts back to Christianity, by the way. And so the creator that brings the bride into the world brings her up. The other reflection is to what they call an Eleazar. Eleazar was the guy that Abraham sent out ahead of everybody and said, go find my son a wife, go back to this land. So he did all that, and then he brought her back. It was, isn't it Rachel for Isaac? And he brought her back to the land.
Yeah, that's an
and
awkward
so
story.
us fathers are being an Eleazar. We brought her into the world, and so we're bringing her to her groom, to her lover. We're delivering
who's
her.
going to help take care of her.
And that's right. And so then we're acting out the scripture. So shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. Well, we're giving that bride away, and then the next thing that we're doing is we are literally symbolically showing the bride that Jesus, the groom, represents the groom represents Jesus that is coming back for his bride, and he is willing to do anything for her, including laying down his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Do you I just recently heard something. A lot more bridal stuff is coming up with wedding stuff since I'm the maid of honor. Thankfully so. It'd be kind of awkward if I wasn't, but I love my sister and I would respect her decision if I wasn't.
No, but that was and I appreciate it between you two. It was a no-brainer. I mean, she walked in and started talking with you the night.
It happened. And
the night that it happened, it was just that automatic.
And then she turned around and actually officially asked me, so it just wasn't assumed either, which I also appreciate.
With a gift, if I recall, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes. Mom helped get the gift. But still, it was a gift. It was asking, would you be my maid of honor? But I just recently, within a few months, heard that someone says that they want to say, down with the patriarchy. I don't want to be given away at my wedding because I am not some object for my father to give away. And so recently it popped up in my feed, that's what they said. They literally said, I don't want my dad giving me away, and I want to be down with the patriarchy because I am not some object to be given away. I am my own person.
Okay. So the first thing I would have to throw out about that is, first off, that's a spoiled brat.
Absolutely.
There's not a relationship really going on with them and their father at that point.
Anyway, really.
And quite frankly, I also would say, now we're trying to help our daughter out and do the traditional thing and helping them out with their wedding as much as we possibly can so that she can have this great, awesome day that she deserves.
That she wants.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have very deep pockets. We can't go very far. She isn't asking for a whole lot, but her and her fiance are working together to come up with their own money to make this thing happen. And, my wife and I paid for our whole wedding, saved up for it to make the day happen. So, but her parents did not have all that much money, but they did their best to come up with little things that made it a very great day. Yeah. They had connections to where the reception could be, and even though they got it for free, that means nobody had to pay for the reception hall,
which was nice.
Which is nice, and it was beautiful, and it was a great background, and it was a place that I was It was on a college campus that had rolling green hills, and we had it out on a patio, and there was air conditioning. It was beautiful. It was awesome.
Doesn't have to be expensive to be nice, memorable, and fancy looking. Really,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
The grounds people taking care of I mean, you couldn't ask for more beautiful grounds.
Yeah,
and so forth. So and because she had that connection. Made that happen. You know, the thousands of dollars that thousands of dollars gift that was.
Yeah.
So anyway, though, I would say secondly about somebody that would go, oh yeah, I don't want the patriarch to do that. I don't want to give it a. Well, you know
don't
what?
understand what it means anyway.
You could pay for it yourself then. You don't want the patriarch. I guess you don't need the patriarch's money. And so that would be one of the other things that I would say about that.
Yeah, and it reminds me of someone ended up finding and reading off a little bit of an article. I don't remember what country it happened in, but basically all of the women went on strike, and basically what was said.
Saw that the other day.
Yeah. Basically, what was said is that
Netherlands. I believe it was the Netherlands.
So one of the
was it the Netherlands or Sweden? It was a North Atlantic country.
Sweden.
It was a North Atlantic country, though.
And basically they said, well, we're really sorry that the women didn't get what they wanted out of this, but HR complaints went down to 0.
And there was one other thing.
There's two other things.
Okay.
There was absolutely no change in the economy, and actually work
which is what they were trying to do. If they took the day off, they thought it was going to affect the economy.
Work production actually went up slightly. And a CEO said, yeah, we're sorry women didn't get what they want, but it was nice to get some crap done. And I'm like, exactly. If you're going to try and throw around some imaginable weight that you think you have because you're oh so special of being a female, even to saying down with the patriarchy of something of, I'm not an object for my dad to give away. It's not that you're an object. It's that you're supposed to be something precious to be protected.
That's true. Now let's do something here that I do a lot of complaining about, and that is we want to keep apples to apples, and you kind of jumped a little bit because you went to the parental relationship and the patriarch of that to just relationship between women and men. So you kind of took out.
Here, let me fully relate it because guys nowadays are being so shot down and dragged down. Girls aren't having a proper attitude or shown properly what a father is supposed to be or what a man they're supposed to look for. And it's just going down and down into the cyclical spiral that if they do see something that is considered masculine or a proper man, they hate it and attack it, and it's super vicious. And dads nowadays are pretty scared to go anywhere, especially with their little girls, because they think that they're going to be targeted as a child predator, or they said, oh, are you a babysitter? Or, oh, where's the child's mother? I am the parent.
Well, let's first off, kudos to Nick Freitas.
Yeah.
In this particular one, quite frankly, he is in his daughter's life. That's the obvious. Number one, he's already done another video, and it may be more, but just that I've caught of him, of talking about this wedding and talking about one of the most difficult things that he's going to do in his life. That says how much his daughter means to him, which means that him and his daughter have a relationship. She hasn't pushed him away, and he hasn't said, okay, I'm out of here. And so that connection is there. That's obvious, at least as obvious to me, what's between him and his daughter. I'll share this little story. It means a lot because it's changed my philosophy. So early in my life, our first 3 babies were all boys. And so in having that relationship with our guys, I had a philosophy, and that philosophy is basically if the hammer that I was currently using wasn't big enough, get a bigger hammer. But
the hammer you weren't using didn't work. Get a bigger hammer.
Get a bigger hammer. But that's joking. The real philosophy that I would use, and I would tell it to my boys all the time, you will fear me one way or another. You will either fear me because you love me, or you will fear me because you are afraid of me. But either way, I will get what I want. And I would follow it up, and it was. But my preference is that you will fear me because you love me.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Well, yeah, it's because I used it on you too.
Yes.
Anyway,
did it work?
Well, but that doesn't work on girls so much. But it did my guys, and so if I wanted them to love me because just because they loved me and not because they were afraid of me, or I didn't want them to fear me, then I had to give them another reason to love me. But girls don't work that way, and so my wife was pregnant, and we happened to be sitting at this restaurant, and before we get ready to eat, we bowed our heads. We prayed together over our meal, asking God's blessing for what he had given to us. And a guy comes by. He said, I saw, which, by the way, I just did this to another couple myself the other day. They bowed their heads and they prayed. I was in an airport. And I went over to the table and I said, thank you guys so much for publicly sharing your faith. And they're like, oh, okay. But we got to
over their heads a little bit.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. And folks, Christians and so forth. I mean, let's be unified and say things like that to one another and build each other up in Christ. But anyway, and so he came over and he said that, and then we got into a little conversation about why we were there, and we were just taking a little lunch together. My wife was having a prenatal. Oh, she's pregnant. Do you know what you're going to have? Yeah, it's going to be a little girl. And I said, and I'm scared to death. He looked at me and he said, well, I come to find out the guy was also a minister. And he said, why? And I said, because I have all boys. I'm not sure how this girl thing is going to go. I don't know how to do it. I don't do girls. I do boys. And he looked at me and he goes, I have 5 adult daughters. Can I give you some advice? I said, pull up a chair and talk to me.
Talk to me. I need it.
I need somebody.
I need some counseling.
I need somebody who's been there. Tell me what you know, man. And he goes, listen. He goes, when they're little, love on them. Just love on them, love on them, love on them. And he says, and then as they start growing up, what they're going to do is they're going to push away from you just a little bit. They're going to, because they're moving into that teenage mode and all this, and I do it myself and all that other kinds of stuff. And he says, when that happens and they push you away, just keep loving on them. Don't stop. That consistency of just loving on them. He goes, yeah, got to discipline, got to be fair. Do it all in love. Got to love on them. And he said, and you'll watch them come back around. And I'm like, okay. And we had a little bit of that with my oldest daughter. There was a little bit of the pushing away and whatever. And then all of a sudden, as she went into more adulthood, boom, come right back around. And I appreciate that so much, and I appreciated that advice so much because I have followed it to a T.
Life with daughters is kind of like a boomerang.
What goes around comes around. What is that? So, and I say that to you other fathers out there that may have little girls and so forth. And this was the final thought that man gave to me. And I really wish that I could have remembered his name, and so that I could give him all the credit that he is owed for sharing that to me.
Yeah.
But this is what he finally said. He said, and here's the main reason why you do this, Pastor. He said, because the guy that takes her away from you has got to love her more than you do.
Yeah.
And that part stuck with me. The way that you love her, dads, is the way the guy that takes her away has got to be able to do it better than you. Because she won't settle for second best. She'll put everything up to a certain level because that's what she's used to. If you want to see girls that like the other stuff, the bad boys chasing after the other things, that's because the way that dads love them didn't raise the standard to a higher level.
And it is shown out of the majority of the studies that boys will marry women that are very much so like their mom, and girls will marry guys that are a lot like their dad, and whether or not by looks or not, it's by personality and by what they're familiar with. And
Are you? I'm going to turn around here and look at my producer. Are you saying that Ren is like me?
no, that's what Emily says. She goes, and then I would talk to Dad, and that's what he said. And I talked to him, and he said the same thing. And he'd pop off and said it just like that. But you want to know what's also really scary? Me and Ren at the same time, Emily will say something, and me and Ren will pop off with the same snarky comment or have the same reaction as well. So apparently,
makes me
I'm
feel-
a lot like you.
No. Ren's a lot like you. We're going there. Cut me out of it. Okay, so that's pretty
Well,
cool.
Okay, in my experience, he's cute. Okay, I like the way he looks. Spend some time with him.
Where are we going with this conversation, young lady?
But no, that's not the way Dad would have said it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
What's wrong
yeah,
with that
that's
one?
a lot like my dad. Yeah, crap. But I look at my dad.
Crap. No.
No, I look at my dad and I go, but I want someone, if not as good, but greater, because of how I see how you love Mom. And it's a lot of what I want as well, because that's what I expect. Of course, at one point in time, you looked and went, until you find a guy that loves you more than Jesus does, you can't marry him. And I'm just
Well,
sitting
I
there
just made
like,
that impossible, didn't I?
Dad, I'm single forever. Yeah, no.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, that's my advice to you guys out there today.
Yeah.
Young dads, ones that may be struggling with your daughters that are starting to head into the preteen years and all that other kinds of stuff. I share that with you. I hope that sets some things out. You got a lot to be looking forward to, but you got a lot of work to do. The older they get, the more work that there is, and I'll be the first one to tell you that.
Sorry.
But you're worth it, baby.
Thank you.
You're worth it.
I love you, Dad.
Love you too. All right, this is a good spot to stop. Thank you, Nick Freitas, and hopefully you hear about this and give us a shout back. That's pretty cool.
Maybe.
All right, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to hear this. Our next sponsor is the Smart Toilet, and the Smart Toilet. So we're going to hear from our sponsor, and we'll be back with things I saw this week on the internet from Kay. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
You've heard of the smartphone. You've heard of the smart TV. You've heard of the smart refrigerator and the smart stove. Well, you can't truly have a smart home until you have a smart toilet. From the people who make technology that controls your life comes the smart toilet. Are you losing the urge to pee? Not sure when you gotta poo? You need a smart toilet. The AI proprietary technology of the smart toilet can notify you and let you know when you need to go. In fact, the smart toilet is more in tune with your body's natural rhythm than you are. Don't you hate it when you and your female counterpart are getting ready to leave for a long commute or road trip? And upon making it to the vehicle, she says, "I gotta go pee." No problem. The smart toilet will send a notification directly to her phone, reminding her to get the job done before you leave the house. But wait, there's more. The smart toilet also works with your smart watch. Not only does it give you an audible notification, but if you ignore it on the third time, it will give you a 100-volt shock as a clear reminder to do the important thing. Now, for only 3 easy payments of $10.99.9, yes, you can own this technology that will revolutionize your life. So, if you depend on technology to run your life, get your smart toilet installed today. The smart toilet is a fantasy product of the CFCN and is not sold in any stores that we are aware of.
All right. Love it.
Oh,
Love it. By the
I
way,
thankfully
we
was
wrote
not
that again, like our first one. We wrote that because we actually saw.
There is something in production of a smart toilet, but the features are quite different than
over in a foreign land
than what we did here
But
today.
hey, if you know a snowflake that needs some technology to tell them when to go pee, there's a smart toilet out there just for them.
Somewhere it's made especially
For you.
Alrighty, here on my section of things I saw on the internet today, we have a few reminders of things that are quite evident in life, yet we just don't stop to ponder the simple things that are just kind of like, yeah, I guess you're right. Why on earth do we need this information? We don't. But hopefully it'll tickle your funny bone to go, yeah, I guess you're right.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to ask now.
What?
Don't do this, but
What?
just kind of let our viewers behind the scenes just a little bit. But now that we're working with some new technology, can you end up sharing your screen with me? I mean, I can share my screen with you.
Yeah.
Can you share your screen with me? Okay, we'll
Yeah.
try that next time.
Okay.
So that way I can be looking almost dead at the camera and be watching my screen at the same time instead of having to pull over here and see you over there across the room.
But Dad, don't you love me?
What's love got to do with it?
You don't want to look at your own daughter?
I'm not looking at you. I'm staring at your screen. No, don't do it now. Just
Oh,
play
my
it off of your...
word.
Well, you guys share your own screen anyway, right?
Well,
On this, right?
no.
You guys share your own screen anyway.
Oh,
no,
I'm
just do it.
sharing.
No, just do it.
All right, well,
Just do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
here's the intro, and we'll get going.
All right. Oh, we're doing Skeletor reminders?
Remember, if the multiverse exists, then there is no such thing as fiction. Until we meet again!
Well, that would just be
Seriously.
true.
Yeah, no, there is no fiction. If everything is in itself a reality, then there is no fiction. Then everything's boring. I mean,
I
what
don't know
if,
about boring.
what if our
but
reality
nothing,
is
but
fiction to someone else, and they lived normal lives?
I
Ooh,
guarantee you, if our reality
it's fiction.
was fiction and people were watching us, they would be greatly entertained. They would not be bored. I can honestly say that.
No, are you kidding me?
I just
This
heard
would
a
be...
notification come
Yeah,
through.
we're fine.
Oh, okay.
Are we kidding? We would be like the daytime soap operas.
No,
that
no, do
nobody-
not compare me to a soap
no,
opera.
I meant our reality.
no,
so
no.
what's happening in life nowadays? I'm talking about like the whole thing.
Yeah.
As a whole, absolutely. Because like, oh come on, all the crap that's happening in lives, ain't nobody got time for that.
All right. What I'm saying is, if people were just watching us, they would be entertained.
Oh, that would be straight up comedy sitcom.
Most of the time. The other part of the time, I mean, nobody could tell the difference. Is that drama or just dark comedy?
There is a fine line. I would say there's an emboldened line.
And we ride that. And we ride that line. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. So anyway, all right, next.
Alrighty.
Remember, the percentage of human poop the FDA allows in our food is not 0. Until we meet again!
It's true though. It's true though. We don't want to think about it, do we?
Absolutely. Move on.
All right.
Move on.
It's true though.
Remember, your password has probably locked you out more than it has locked other people out.
That's.
Until we meet again!
Do you know how many of these are true?
No,
This
all
isn't-
of them are true.
This
That's the
isn't
point.
humor.
No,
This
that's
is.
the point. All of them are true.
Ouch. Ouch.
That one was especially for you though.
You know it. I have spent hours recovering passwords. Ah.
And I've helped him as well, because it's like, isn't it supposed to be that one? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, wait, no, crap, I changed that last week. Why did you change it and not tell me? I'm supposed to help you with it.
I know. For those of you out there in YouTube land, let me just tell you, when it comes to my passwords, I don't even ask Google to remember them anymore. I just go, okay. She does a way better job. Anyway, all right, next.
It's because, okay, no, my last thing. I remember all your passwords because I let Google remember all of my passwords so that I can make room for
That's
yours.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine for you. All right.
Remember, a botanical garden is a vegan zoo. Until we meet again.
It's
Wow.
just a vegan zoo. That's all it is.
Wow. Do they eat the flowers too?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah. There's
People are messed up.
I think I've seen a special salad where they specifically add rose petals to eat.
Them people are messed up. That's a texture.
It's very velvety.
Well, right, and so bringing it up to my nose and
like
smelling
it's
it
like-
and so forth, that's one thing. But the texture of those petals
Does not
to
bode
eat
me
it?
want to eat
No.
it.
No,
No,
absolutely
If
not.
something's fuzzy,
does not go in my mouth.
peach.
Okay. All right. All right.
I have one other thing to say, but I won't. Anyway.
Something's okay, peach. But I mean, I had a lot of other things that went through my mind about fuzzy. I mean, mold. No, not eating it.
Moss.
No, moss.
I mean, what?
There's that one weed out in the yard that is velvety.
Mullen?
Yeah, no, it's not getting in my mouth.
Lamb's ear, mullen.
Lamb's ear.
Yeah.
No.
Is that fuzzy or no? Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No. Well, it's
All
not
right.
hairy, that's for sure. Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah. All right, next.
Remember, the closest person standing in front of you is also the farthest person standing behind you. Until we meet
Okay,
again.
stop. Do that again.
Okay.
It's the farthest person.
Remember, the closest person standing in front of you is also the farthest person standing behind you. Until we meet again.
I can't wrap my mind around that.
They're not wrong.
The furthest, the closest person standing in front of
I'm standing in front of
you.
You would also be the farthest person to my back.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
The guy
you have
behind him would be further away from my back.
No. I'm further away from your back. Okay, if you go that way, I'm technically standing
That's
behind
my
you. If you go
left.
all the way, around the globe, I'm technically also standing behind you, but I'm the furthest person away standing behind you.
Oh, now,
Yeah, like that.
but if you're the person in front of me, you're not behind me.
No.
So you can't be the furthest person behind me.
Yes.
Move on. That makes
Yes.
sense. That's stupid.
It's stupid.
It's
but
also
it's true.
no, it's not.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. Doesn't make it untrue.
I don't try to wrap my mind around.
You don't
things
try to
that-
wrap your mind around the globe.
I don't try my mind to wrap around the globe.
All right.
Remember, it's risky to buy a soda right after an earthquake. Until we meet again.
It's also risky to back to the dad thing. It's also risky to buy a soda right after you ask your 3-year-old to carry in the case of sodas.
I was gonna say.
Don't open them.
Honey, go get me a soda. Okay. I'm running.
You love them, and Daddy here.
Can I have this, Daddy?
And you're like,
Put the soda down. Put the soda down.
Let's wait about 15 minutes and we'll see.
Oh my word.
What you
Because-
don't know is that they did it, and they're like, hand it to your wife instead of handing it to you. And so she has
doesn't
it in her
know.
hand, and she's like, oh, here you go. And you're going, oh, and right as you're getting ready to, right as you're getting ready to, she says, your daughter brought it to you. And it's too late then. You're in motion, and you're about ready to,
Oh, just slow mo.
wear it off. yeah, because you're going, no, Miss Dimple.
Oh my word.
Anyway,
it
yeah.
it is funny. No, with all of my nieces and everything, all of a sudden they're like, Kay, can I have this? Can I have this? And I look over and it's just soda, and I'm suddenly like,
Yeah.
no,
Not at this moment.
no.
Let's put it in the refrigerator or even the freezer because the
Overnight.
cold.
We'll snap it.
Yeah, and we'll help it all
Oh, my
settle
word.
down
It-
and give us about 15, 20 minutes, and she should be okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
And
it's
then
funny.
we'll go outside and open it with a mask on.
I was gonna just put a rag over top of it. That'll be okay. Put it in the sink. Put a rag over top of it
Yeah.
if you really need to.
So everybody, mark your cameras.
Calendars.
Cameras?
Woot.
Cameras? Wow, I can't believe I just said that.
Please don't mark your cameras.
Okay, mark your cameras, and Right. Mark.
You're gonna tell the story behind it?
No, we'll leave it at that. I just look up Henry Cho. I'll just leave it at that.
You'll figure it out.
Right. And
he's really funny.
Yeah, he is. Anyway, mark your calendars. So Monday, May 12th, I believe we said it was. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure you're a day off.
I'm a day off. May 13th. Monday, May 13th. We hope to have Chris with us.
The
And
special guy.
yeah, the special guy. You know, the guy that helped get this off the ground and things going.
He's
Again,
back.
yeah.
Should we-
well,
should-
it's not that. Let's just say training is.
Life took an unexpected turn.
He's had training that has subsided.
Yeah.
And because of that, he'll be able to be with us, and they'll be taking a different turn on the training.
Right. So when we come up and when we have him come in, I want everybody to do their best to mark their calendars, hop on there, and go, "Yay, you're back!
Yeah,
Yay!"
that'd be cool.
And give a great chorus of "Welcome back."
Well, there's a blast from the past. Okay, I like it. Yeah, please do. And also, let's go back to the subscription thing. Boom, do that. Boom, do that. And don't forget to share it with your friends and say, hey, those dweebs that were on there, they're done. The good guy's coming back. So we would appreciate that really, really well. And don't forget, leave a comment about wedding experiences, and if you got any advice for dads and daughters, leave it in the description line below, and we will greatly appreciate that. And until we meet again, you guys have a great and blessed week. Don't forget, make God the center part of your life, and we'll see you the next time right back here on the Common Freaking Sense Network. Bye, everybody.
Bye.